Hello, lovelies. I hope you can hear me okay. My microphone is being weird, so we're gonna just wing it and see. My meditation this morning, the channels that came in or the downloads that came in had a lot to do with limiting beliefs and such. Also, the idea that the human experience is a spectrum, right? If we look at all the different ways someone can live, if we zoom out and look at the planet objectively and sat there and decided, oh, okay, well, if you live in this area, these kinds of environments would create someone who needs to do these types of things, and so on and so forth. So the spectrum of available experiences is massive, right? And then we tell ourselves we can't or can do things or can't do things. If we are, as we are human, and the experience we're trying to have falls within the spectrum of experiences that humans can have, then why is it not something you can experience? What is it that is creating in your environment a situation where you won't be able to experience whatever it is you want? Whether it's, I don't know, living in the country on a homestead, or writing a novel, or landing a big contract, or whatever the case, right? Why do you think you're exempt from being able to do or experience what is within the human realm of being able to experience? I mean, we're not asking to listen to ultrasonic sounds or whatever, because that's not part of the human spectrum, right? So today I think our reading will dive into the idea of what, as a collective, what is it that is probably stopping us, or thinking that is creating limitations. 222 on the clock when I say that. What is it that our belief system is saying that is not allowing us to experience what is on the spectrum of available experiences? Alright, we have some King of Swords, so some harsh truths, some mental clarity is required, right? To act on different thoughts. I hope that one is fine. Okay, so we want that one wants out, that one wants out. I'm just gonna pause here and go get that card. Okay, sorry about that. So the card that fell was the the Nine of Swords in reverse. We've got the King of Swords. We have the Hermit and the King of Cups. So here, this is lovely because it is a call to act from a clear mind and clear emotions. Like, your emotions you have to feel your way through this. And it is an introspection kind of thing. And the Nine of Swords in reverse here is saying that there's a release of anxieties. There's this release of pressure. There's the release of intrusive thoughts. And I believe this is lovely for this reading only because the idea of whether or not you can or can't do something is in the mind. It's all in the mind. It's all part of how you wield this sword. Can you or can't you? It's a double-sided blade, right? So this idea that if you're looking at, like I said, the homesteading, or and you're living in a condo downtown, well, buy a plant. What can you do in your experience right now, in the spectrum of human experiences, that can get you to tune into that radio station, right? To tune into that life that you want to have more of. Now, if we think of ourselves as a radio, we are the radio, and the experiences we have, 444 on the clock when I say this, is the station. Like, we can tune in to the songs we want. We have control of the knobs on that radio. And so if you're trying to access certain type of song, maybe you can tune into it where you are in little things like, buying that plant, buying that and taking care of it, seeing what it actually takes to take care of vegetation, if you will, right? Um, there are ways of you to tap into being able to tune into that spectrum, that song. Now, that will lead you, because you're now aware of it. It's like, you want a red car, all you see is red cars. Well, if you want, a certain plant, all you're going to see is that plant, or so on and so forth. So if you want a certain experience, and you start to actually look around you for that experience, feeling your way and acting on the feeling. That's what our King of Cups does. He feels through it and then acts on it based on his feelings. If it feels right, then he moves. You also have a wand, right? Could be representative of a wand here. And the bird is very airy. So there is a clarity of mind, right? He is using his third eye to feel his way to act on the next thing. So if it feels right, tune into that more. And paying attention to, if you were to zoom out and have an experience, what would that be? And to think yourself exempt from being able to have that experience is a very ego-driven thing. When we think about it, if you go in and actually think about the mind and how it's telling you can or can't do something, is it in the spectrum of human experience, of available human experience? If it is, then you can experience it. There's only the ego that would be telling you, well, no, you can't. You can't do that. Why? Why can't you? And then dissect it. Dissect why. And if there's a physical limitation or a monetary limitation, what can you do that can still get you to that radio station, that can still get you those songs in order to relieve the anxiety? Because being stuck in this idea that you can't is the Nine of Swords this way. You can see the shadows in the background trying to poke fun and make fun and, oh no, you can't, ha 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 kind of idea. But that's all in your mind. If you take those thoughts and go, why? Why are you saying to me I can't do something? Why are you saying to me I shouldn't be able to, or I won't ever? And then challenge it. Challenge that thought. Be the King of Swords. Stand up to that thought and actually hold on to it to try and swing it a different way. And then cut through those beliefs that no longer serve. But it's going to take some introspection. It's going to take some time to feel your way through it and act on the feelings of it. And then here on the bottom of the deck here, we've got the Star card. And the Star comes in to say, yeah, all right, there's some contemplating, there's some reflecting happening. The ibis here on the sides are very thoughtful birds. They're the birds of the prophet and Thoth. I'm seeing just this, there's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of contemplating, there's a lot of reflecting going on. Keeping one foot grounded and one foot in the realm of, why can't I do that? If I am part of this physical manifestation of a human being that is able to achieve all the things I see achieved, I mean, from the simplest person you walk across on the street to the mogul you're seeing on the billboards, that's the spectrum of possibilities you have. Now, granted, there are limitations. Example, men cannot, or the male form cannot grow a human body, right? You cannot have a baby. That doesn't mean you can't tune into the beauty that is creation, creating anything. I mean, it's the same radio station. It's not the same song necessarily, right? But it is part of the radio station of creation, which is part of the spectrum of human experience. So zoom out. Try to reflect on this idea of dipping your foot in the pool of experience and the spectrum of, and seeing where it is you need to act on your emotions more, to reflect on things and try to understand, are these intrusive thoughts that help me or not? And to release all those negative beliefs that are coming from the ego, stopping you from attaining the life of your dreams.